Hello, I'm Trish Mack, Business Development Manager for First American Exchange. 5 ways to ruin your 1031 exchange. Some people are surprised at how many gray areas there are when structuring an exchange. There are some important rules which are generally clear. However, it's important to pay attention because a mistake can ruin your exchange. Here's what not to do. 1. Miss the 45-day identification deadline. Once you close on your relinquished property, you have 45 days to identify in writing what you intend to acquire in the exchange. The only exception to this rule is that no formal identification is needed if you acquire the replacement property before the end of the 45-day period. The rule states that property that is not identified will not be like-kind to the relinquished property. Therefore, you are only able to acquire replacement property that you identified. 2. Fail to clearly identify what you are going to buy. Replacement property must be identified unambiguously. That generally means using a legal description or street address. The acquisition of a fractional interest in the property requires disclosing the related percentage. Moreover, if improvements will be constructed on the replacement property, you must identify the improvements in addition to the legal description or address. You should provide as much detail about the improvements as is possible. 3. Miss the 180-day deadline. Another crucial deadline is the 180-day exchange period. This rule states that you must acquire replacement property by the earlier of the 180th calendar day or the due date with extension of the taxpayer's return of income. Just like the 45-day deadline, this deadline begins on the transfer date of the relinquished property. 4. Close before you sign exchange documents. The deferred exchange rules permit taxpayers to use a qualified intermediary, such as First American Exchange Company, to act as an accommodator. A basic requirement of this process is that certain exchange documents must be signed and in place before the date the relinquished property closes escrow. These documents allow property exchanges within the requirements of the tax code. 5. Take possession of your exchange funds. Another important rule for a successful 1031 exchange states that the taxpayer cannot have possession or control of the proceeds from the sale of the relinquished property. Upon closing of the relinquished property, the escrow holder will transfer the funds directly to First American Exchange Company, thus keeping the taxpayer from having receipt of the funds. First American holds these funds only in FDIC-insured bank accounts, and we never invest them in securities. Furthermore, funds are invested in a segregated account specific to the taxpayer's ID number. Paying attention to these important issues will eliminate most reasons that exchanges can fail. So, if you have additional questions or wish to dive into a little more detail, you can always reach out to me via phone or email. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you would like other educational materials, please visit us online.